Hi everyone, Site here. It's been a while since I posted because, well, I'll get to that in a moment, but I hope everyone's staying safe, healthy, and sane. I know the last one is probably a little bit difficult these days, but yeah, hang on there, you know. But yeah, so I have not posted videos here because I've been more focused on writing and working and reading. You can actually see there, where can I point? But anyways, you can see in the corner a pile of books from the local library. I've been visiting that. I try to go at least once a week, you know. I have another higher pile that you cannot see. So I have like 20 plus books borrowed at the moment. Most of them are pretty thin, so they're pretty quick reads. And what I've been doing is something I used to do when I was younger, so roughly 20 years ago. So I would be playing Final Fantasy 6, 7, or 9. With 8 and 10, this didn't really work, in 12 as well. But with those games where you just basically just bash X and, enter the attack command, because I usually try to level up my character so I can just attack and not really use any other strategies. But anyways, I would be doing that and, going around in circles in some forest or whatever on the world map. And I would be reading. I used to read hundreds of books this way. Like, I used to keep this notebook where I would write down the name of the book. And then at the end of each page, I would count how many books were on that page. And yeah, some years I could get like 400 books. And this is how I did it. So anyways, I figured out how to do that sort of thing while playing The Legend of Dragoon. Now, it's a little bit more difficult because you have to get the additions correctly, you have to time it right. But I'm at the stage where I don't really have to worry about the damage that my characters do. So, I can just let the additions fail and I'll be reading. And then I saw some of the older Final Fantasies were on sale, so I bought them as well. So once I'm done with The Legend of Dragoon, I can continue doing this. I've also been playing, I played Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1, which was really fun to do. And then I tried the second one and I got to the last fight. But because I had done certain decisions with my gear and stuff like that, I couldn't win that last battle, and I was just like, whatever, maybe one day I'll try it again. And now I saw that Devil May Cry HD collection was on sale, only 10 euros, so I purchased that. So I've been playing the first one, which I have completed in the past. But now I was like, let's try this again. And I have forgotten so much about that game. Like, I could definitely remember the first 3 missions and the locations, but everything else after that has been like, really? Yeah. And I've also been playing Split Fiction with a friend. He owns the game and I just play through the friend's pass, which has been also fun. I've really enjoyed the game. Like, sometimes it's really frustrating, but yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun. Now, like I said, I've been writing. I was supposed to focus on this paranormal horror kind of story set in the Finnish Lapland, but I got that going pretty well, But then I got inspired for my huge sci-fi fantasy project. So I've been writing for that, and focusing on the world building, and like I've already done a lot of world building for the past 10 or so years, but now it's like solidifying more, you know. So yeah, we'll see. Like I had planned to publish my second novel once I get that horror story finished, but you know, we'll see what happens. I'll try to have some time off from work during the summer, and then work on editing my second novel so that I could put it out during this year, towards the end of this year for sure, like closer to 2026 for sure. That one is coming out. And I have some other stuff that I can publish this year as well, a short story collection and the 5th book in the poetry collection. But yeah, so that's basically what I've been up to in these past several weeks since last posting on here. And something I've noticed, that this spring is the first one in over 10 years that I don't have anything major going on in my own personal life. Nothing chaotic going on, no drama, no upheavals, no uprooting myself. And it feels kind of nice, you know? Like at one point I was feeling very frustrated with how things are going, like how nothing seems to be progressing and things felt a little dull. But then I started thinking like, wait a minute. This is the first spring in ages that I don't have anything going on, and then I could appreciate the dullness a little bit better, you know. And yeah, I've been also trying to get back into moving more, because I've definitely been sitting around too much because of work and then my hobbies and stuff like that. So yeah, trying to go out more and do more yoga and dance and stuff like that. But it is very sporadic at the moment. So not happening very often, but trying. And this morning, like I've been thinking about this decision for a while now, as this was actually recommended to me by my doctor. So, as you guys might know, I've been taking anxiety medication for over a year now, a bit over a year. I've been taking escitalopram, or Lexapro, I think is the name of it outside Finland. And while it's been very, very helpful for me, my doctor suggested that I try to be without it, to see if the anxiety that I've been carrying around, if it's just how my brain is, like does my brain just need that medicinal support, or if it was just a result of year after year of stress. Like I said, this is the first time in over 10 years that I don't have anything major going on that would then affect the rest of my year. So yeah, I decided that I'll try to do that, decrease the medication, taper off of it. And the plan is that I've been taking 10 milligrams a day, right? So the idea is that for the next 2 to 3 weeks, I take only 5 milligrams, so half. And then if necessary, I'll take the 5 milligrams every other day for additional 1 to 2 weeks. And then after that, be without the medication for 3 to 4 months. My doctor said that by that time, I should be able to tell if my symptoms are just temporary anxiety, or if it's just my brain being wonky, you know? Not her words, but, you know, paraphrasing her implied meaning. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. And I started today, and immediately, like, I'm not sure if it's just me expecting side effects, you know, withdrawal symptoms, or if it's an actual thing that I immediately started feeling this sort of like a headache and slight nausea, like this swirling feeling in the stomach. And then my thoughts started bouncing around pretty much immediately, and focusing was really hard. I felt really sluggish. And, you know, one of the things that really defined my previous life before meds, was that I would have a lot of things to do. I would know what to do. I would have a list of things to do. Then I would just be there, like, just sitting still and feeling paralyzed about having to start doing something. And I could feel a little bit of that this morning as well. And there was also this moment, because I'm aware that some of the withdrawal symptoms could be pretty bad. I've read forums, you know, of people posting their withdrawal symptoms, and then, you know, medicinal magazines and stuff like that, or journals, whatever. And so I had this moment where I started thinking about all of that, like how bad it could get physically. And I could immediately feel my brain start to ramp up my body's anxiety response, like it was close to panic, and I could feel the shortness of breath. And then I just had to, you know, try to calm myself down. And yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's just an anticipated response or if it's an actual response. This is only day one of trying to do this. But yeah, I've been reflecting about this morning a lot, and yeah, it could be my body already adjusting to the changes, or it could be just, you know, like I said, anticipated response. And I could also, like earlier, my brain was really screaming at me, like, just take the medication, just take it, take the full dose. But yeah, I'm trying to push through the discomfort of that, and yeah, I'm hoping, because my emotions used to also swing quite a lot. So earlier I had a little bit of an emotional burst, like reflecting on all of this. I, you know, got a little teary-eyed and stuff like that. And while I guess that can be normal, it's also like I'm trying to keep a journal of my physical symptoms and any emotional responses. And if my emotional responses are justified for the event, or if they're over the top like they used to be before the medication. But yeah, I'll just need to be careful. Like, if the discomfort starts to cross into the territory that's hindering my well-being, then I need to talk to my doctor and see if I could just be on this medication all the time, you know. And I think one thing that really helped with this decision and how to deal with it is the acknowledgement that no matter what happens, even if I have to go back to the medication and just take it 24/7 for the rest of my life, basically, it's not a failure. It's just, you know, sometimes your brain just needs a little extra help, you know, because something there is missing that helps regulate other people. So you need a little bit of help to do that regulation. So it's okay. So yeah, thinking about all of that was quite helpful. Now, I do have some exciting things to look forward to this year. One thing I'm not really looking forward to, but also glad it's almost done, is the annual inspection of my car. It's the first time that I'll be doing it for a car that is registered to my own name, so that's exciting. I'll need to have my car washed and check the air pressure of the tires before I go there. So I'll try to make those appointments today and see when I can have, time for it. And then after that, I'll be visiting my parents. My grandmother will have her birthday at the same time that I'm planning to go to see my parents. And then in May, I want to go to Helsinki to see the cherry blossom trees and of course see my cousin. And then in early June, I'm going to Estonia with some colleagues. And also me and my team have been talking about doing a team meet in either Sweden or Poland. So some traveling coming up for sure. And then later this summer, I'll be turning 35. So I guess I could try to plan something for that as well. And yeah, my work contract, it continues until at least the end of October. Now, I know, some people have been asking me, like, why can't you get a permanent contract with this company? And it's like, just how it is, just how it is here now. And last year we went through 2 change negotiations, and now we're going through one again. So yeah, and this company is listed in the stock market, and you guys are probably aware of how it goes with the stocks these days. So it is what it is. So yeah. But yeah, at least I have a job until at least the end of October. So I'm really glad about that. And then, yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll keep staying here, or maybe I'll go somewhere else. We'll see what happens. What else? But yeah, like I said earlier in this video, I think that I'm not sure how I want to proceed with this channel, how often I want to upload here, and what kind of content do I want to put up here. Like, it's just personal updates like this and talking about books and maybe video games, stuff like that, or if I also want to do something more informative but with limited resources. I don't know, we'll see. But if you have any ideas or just suggestions and stuff like that, then please, put them down in the comments. I'd love to hear feedback from anyone who's watching this channel and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I'll end this video here, continue with work. It's now my coffee break is over, tea break really, because I can't drink coffee. So yeah, that's it for this video, and hopefully you are doing well and staying well, safe, healthy, hydrated, and sane, Anyway, see you all later sometime, and yeah, take care. Bye.